Yes, hello folks, welcome back. I am hoping you are doing well. Now, it is sad because remember, Uganda is being accused of holding two people, activists from Kenya, Bob Njagi and Kalonzo.
Of injustice is complicity. By now we trust the office, but we want the immediate release of Comrade Bob Njagi and Comrade Nicholas Oyo.
So we tell the Kenyan government that this issue must be handled by them. We are not the ones who should be here saying that free the two Kenyans. It is the Minister for Foreign Affairs and also the Ambassador of Kenya in Uganda should be taking action while in Uganda.
And some statements say that one of them is dead. Who between the two? But again, we can't confirm this because we're not sure. But of course, some say that they have been held inside a military barrack in Uganda.
My name is Savera Njagi, mother to Rob Museveni, whom I understand is in Uganda. I take this opportunity to appeal to the First Lady of Uganda, Madam Janet Museveni. This news bothered me because I was very sick in hospital, but now I thank God about. My appeal to you, Madam, is please, kindly, as a mother, release these two young men.
Tortured, beaten, maimed, unconscious. That's how bad East Africa countries or presidents have become. And it's like they're colluding. They're actually having each other's back. Instead of a president having the back of the citizens he's leading, is having the back of fellow presidents. Actually, maim his people. That's what's coming out here. Now, one of things so. Remember, just 2 days ago, Kenyans really protested in Nairobi here, Pale Embassy, Uganda, demanding that the Uganda government should release the two activists, dead or alive, because the family misses them. Just imagine missing for over 1 month, or when you continue, or when you wherever. So where are you? Where are you? And this has been, this trajectory has been, it has been a norm, because even in Tanzania, the same thing happened. Samia Suluhu ordered the abduction of BONFACE'S
back home in the next hours. Meanwhile, activists in Kenya associated with the Free Kenya movement have now threatened to protest and storm the Ugandan embassy here in Nairobi on Friday if both the Kenyan and the Ugandan governments will not have accounted for the duo's whereabouts.
The circumstances surrounding the abduction raise serious concerns about safety of Kenyan citizens in Uganda and the potential collaboration between the Kenya and Ugandan governments. The silence from the Kenyan ministries of Foreign Affairs and Interior, as well as the lack of action from the President William Ruto, is alarming and very suspicious.
We do not want speculations that Kenyans who are going to Uganda are going to interfere with their political stability or political affairs. We are peace-loving Kenyans and activists who move East Africa with respect to the East African Charter.
And of course, the deportation of Martha Karua, because they went to help Lissu in his court case, treason case. So, the reason I'm doing this video is that it's imagining that the barracks of Uganda is the one holding these two activists. So I want you to put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, what do you think is happening to these guys? What do you think is happening to these guys? Because you see, when you are held in a foreign country, inside a barrack, what do you expect? Beaten, torture, punishment, and of course they are doing manual works. So if this is true, I think the President William Ruto should chip in and help the family, bring back their people, because I don't think it is fair for another country to hold activists from a neighboring country, all because the activists went to meet the opponent of the president. Because you see, I think the best thing Uganda government should have done is they should have just deported the two. And remember, one of them, escaped, and he said that the situation was bad, so he had to escape. But he's not sure about the lives of the people who remained in custody. And this makes us ask ourselves questions like, why should presidents in East Africa, because now we're having some slow maiming Tanzanian people, and it is reported that over 1,000 people died in Tanzania. And then having Uganda is facing an election early next year, and of course we expect the same thing to happen because Museveni has never been defeated. Yes, and not that he's loved by his people, but it's because that he has his way of winning elections. Because we know whatever happened in Tanzania about Tundu Lissu jailed. Even Besigye was jailed. But Besigye was abducted in Nairobi, and he was taken to court, jailed, and his life was just deteriorating. Yeah, his life was just messy. You could see him in court amechoka. Yes, and now the same thing happened to Tundu Lissu. For Tundu Lissu, even today in Tanzania, he is still facing treason charges. Just imagine being barred from contesting and facing treason charges in Tanzania. As in, presidents have become rogue. In fact, Kenyans are waiting. What do you think William Ruto will do? Because yake inakuja. Yes, and of course, he will not. The issue of one term has been trending. And of course, he will not accept to go down that easily. It's the reality. No president accepts to go down easily. He also has his ways to deal with the opposition. But of course, here in Kenya, you cannot jail Gachagua Kalonzo. The moment you do that, Kenyan people don't like stupidity. They will come for you. That's how it is. That's why even the late Raila Odinga really, intimidated governments. But no one dared, leave alone arresting, dared to say that we are going to arrest Raila Odinga. No one dared. No president dared. How do you dare that? That's saying that you would arrest Raila Odinga is like now, that's not treason. That is treason. How do you arrest Raila Odinga? That's how powerful Enigma was. Now, back to our story. Bob Jagi. You see, Museveni is afraid of Bobby Wine. I almost say Babowino. Sorry for that. But you see, Babowino has been castigating Museveni, telling Museveni to release the two Kenyans. But Museveni is afraid of Babowino. Forgive me, guys. I think I'm fond of Babowino. You see, he's been trending of late because people want him to be the king of Nyanza. Museveni is afraid of Bobby Wine. Okay? Bobby Wine. The first Babowino is a friend to Bobby Wine. So it's not a problem to call him here. Now, because it doesn't want any Kenyan. You see, Tanzania and Uganda, they are afraid of Kenyans. Why do you think so? Kenyan people are very bright. In fact, Kenya is number 1 or 2 in terms of graduates, the number of graduates. Kenya, we have a big number of graduates. Yes. So Museveni and Samia Suluhu, they are afraid of the bright minds in Kenya. Kenya, we have bright minds. That's why whenever these activists go to those countries, they are being tortured, arrested, killed, because they know that these people can give Bobby Wine onto the list their brains to actually oust them from power. That's why they are so bitter. That's why Samia Suluhu said that he does not want to see any Kenyan in Tanzania. That's why Museveni has refused to release these people. So you see, we don't know whether they're alive. Because if they're alive, we can simply release them and tell them that you go back to your country, never come back. Why should he hold them? If at all the government of Uganda has them. Why should he hold? You see, some presidents are just petty. They're petty. Because if you ask me, I don't see how Bob Njagi and Oyo are a threat to Museveni. I don't see it. How are they a threat to Museveni? You see, some actions should just stop, because I believe Museveni should just release these people and let them unite with their families, because these are fathers, these are sons, and they're being used by their families. And to see the mother of Bob Njagi crying on live camera demanding to see her child, it is just, out of this world. They need to be released. Now tell me what to think, and of course, I see you soon in the next video. Comment there, just tell me what to think about this video. And of course, subscribe so that we always meet here as we follow up the story. Thank you, guys. Thank you. If you love politics, then Dr. Politica is your cup of tea. The place for minds that think. If you are watching this from anywhere else, search the name, hit subscribe, and stay sharp with us. Thank you for making Dr. Politica your home for fearless political truth. Every view, every like, every share fuels the fire behind the hours of research, filming, and editing we pour into each episode. By showing up consistently, you don't just support a channel, you empower a voice. In a world ruled by headlines, spin, and power games, you remind us that real people still care about real facts. We are here to inform, inspire, and ignite critical thinking, not just for today, but for generations to come. You are not just a viewer, you are the reason this platform exists.